This next installment of our Squawk Heads of State brings us straight to the North Dakota governor, Jack Dalrymple. He joins us right now from Bismarck. And, Governor, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
You bet. Good morning. Oh, yeah.
See? He plays right along. We like that.
Beautiful.
Governor, we have been looking state to state trying to get a feel for what's really happening across the nation, and North Dakota is in a particularly strong position, especially relative to what we're seeing in plenty of other states. Your GDP jumped pretty sharply, up 7% for 2010. And you've been doing a lot in terms of job creation, too. So why don't you tell us how you're doing that and what the situation is right now?
Well, it's really pretty simple. We started working at it in 2000. I was the lieutenant governor with John Hoeven, a guy who's moved on to be a U.S. senator. And we decided job creation was what it was all about. The voters agreed with that. And since then, we've grown our jobs by about 15% statewide, while the country as a whole has lost about 2% of its jobs in the same time period. So it is about job creation. The nation as a whole seems to be talking like it's a new idea, but we've been working at it for years.
And in terms of those, David Gerstenhuber is our guest host today. He has a question for you, too, Governor.
Governor, the North Dakota has grown its oil production faster than any other state, up from about 100,000 barrels a day to something like 350,000 a day now. And I guess I have a twofold question for you. One, why has North Dakota been so successful at this on the one hand, and on the other, can you keep it up in terms of the limits of the state's infrastructure, shortages of housing, shortages of labor, things of this sort, or have we seen the best that this growth is going to generate for now?
Well, that's a question that's a little hard to answer in a short period of time, but the play that we have in North Dakota right now in the Bakken Formation is definitely not short-term. It is a major new discovery, the largest reserves of oil and gas now in the United States. And what they have discovered is if they go down about 2 miles and drill horizontally and then fracture the formation, that they can get wells that will produce up to 2,000 barrels a day. And those wells come in at a success rate of about 98%. So it's really almost more like mining for oil than drilling for oil. And production is rising daily. And we are currently now the second largest state in land drilling behind Texas. So we think it's a long play and one that is going to be very significant to the United States.
Do you have the capacity in terms of labor, housing, infrastructure to allow this to continue to expand at the pace that it has over the past several years, or will we see a slowdown in the rate of growth of output?
We think we can keep up with it. We had that challenge last year when we went into a legislative session and everybody said, well, we can't keep up this rapid growth in the oil fields. And we took that on, and as a state, we put several hundred millions of dollars into that part of the state, building up roads, mitigating impacts on small communities, helping counties and townships directly with state dollars in order to keep this momentum moving forward. We think that that's going to get them over the hump. And when the oil revenues start coming in western North Dakota, they'll be able to keep up with whatever is going on. It's a relatively sparsely populated area of the country. It does have a huge impact, but our strategy is to stay ahead of the pace of development rather than slow it down.
Governor, what about the situation with flooding right now? Can you give us an update on where things stand in the state?
Well, North Dakota has experienced an unbelievable series of floods in the last 2 months, and really it's kind of apocalyptic. The Missouri River, as you know, is running at its all-time highs. The entire Missouri River system has gone out of control. All of the reservoirs are plumb full. We're seeing flows through here that are 3 times the previous record. The Mouse River in northern North Dakota is flooded out a major portion of the city of Minot. The Upper Cheyenne broke all-time records this year, and the Red River had one of its highest crests ever. So we're seeing some unbelievable water flows, and it is causing a lot of problems in the short term. We will, of course, get through it, and we will move on, and it will not slow our state development down, but it's a tremendous hardship on a lot of people.
What will it mean for the GDP for the state this year?
You know, it's funny about disasters. You would think it would have a big impact on GDP, but actually, as you know, it stimulates like construction and recovery spending, and when all is said and done, you know, it probably will have less impact on our state economy than you might think. But that doesn't measure, you know, the impact on an individual community or on people's lives, which is, you know, very serious.
All right, Governor Dalrymple, we want to thank you very much for your time. We wish you the best of luck in fighting these floods. And again, thank you for joining us here today.
You bet. Thank you. And please come on out to North Dakota and see us.
Okay, we will sometime. Appreciate it.